Hello and welcome to another daily stream of Climate Hackathon.
Hi again. I'm happy. Yeah. I'm Kim Hedberg and I work as a strategy manager at Stratiteq.
And my name is Goran Vukšić. I work as a technical manager for Stratiteq. Welcome to another daily stream of Climate Hackathon. Hackathon runs from 22nd to 26th of March. Hackathon is dedicated to climate. All challenges are provided by the non-governmental and non-profit organizations. This is Hackathon for Good. We expect solutions to be submitted as the open source solutions. And this Hackathon is brought to you by
Stratiteq, that is us, and together with Microsoft, of course.
Yeah. So we have our partners and sponsors, and those are Ember, Subak, and Startup Wise Guys. Ember is an independent climate and energy think tank focused on accelerating the global electricity transition. Subak is an accelerator and data cooperative for climate nonprofits. And Startup Wise Guys is mentorship-driven accelerator program for early-stage startups providing seed capital, office space, and mentorship. We have our hackathon partners, and those are Copenhagen Capacity, Tech Barbecue, Impactor, Earth Hacks, Wonder Coders, Foo Cafe, Azure Skåne, Nordic Women in Tech Awards. As you know, we have Discord as our main source of main communication tool. You already got familiar with all the channels we have there. We post info about challenges in challenge channel. You asked a lot of questions and we try to answer all of them. In looking for team, you can still find the team members. It's not too late. And we've seen a lot of activities also in Mentors channel where they try to help you out. In Selfie, please do share your photos. We would like to see who is on the other side of the screens and who is hacking on this hackathon. And voice channels, we've seen some activity in meeting rooms where you meet. You, of course, use other communication tools as Microsoft Teams and such, but we've seen that you also use Discord, which is nice, and in general channel we pop it up from time to time to have a coffee with who's available and online, and we had the chat with some participants, which was great. So, hack the climate, please use the hashtag. If you post on the social media, we can find that posts with the hashtag. And we have one post today, interesting one. The Florian Georg post, hello from Lilith, planning to take over this planet from you humans. Right, it's a nice cat, but yeah. I'm a dog person.
I like cats.
You're a cat person, yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's nice.
Fine. Really nice cat, but not sure it would run this planet better than we do. Maybe, who knows? We will probably never know. Okay, so our main platform for all information is hacktheclimate.devpost.com. So platform is DevPost. This is URL to the platform. All team members should be registered there. We've seen you are registering your team members, which is good. Until Friday 5 p.m. you need to submit projects there. You can already create project, start writing description, reach out to mentors, ask them for help regarding this description, like how to write it in the best way. What you should say in a video. We expect those videos not to be longer than 3 minutes. Keep that in mind. And you should pitch this idea. This is what judges will have a look at. And on DevPost you can find information about judges and judging criteria. So start doing that, start preparing it. Friday will come soon. Keep that in mind. For this stream, we will talk a bit about hackathons. Actually, Sherry talked me into giving my presentation about hackathons. Can you do it quickly in 10 minutes? Yeah, I can give it a try. So this is a session presentation that I was holding several times on different hackathons as opening on the junction in Helsinki for some other hackathons. And explains a bit what hackathon is, how hackathon looks like, and what is happening over on the hackathon. So as you probably know, hackathon is a competitive event. You are all part of it, right? Trying to be the best, trying to win the prizes. And in this short time period, like a sprint, you are trying to come up with some software solution in this case, but maybe there will be some hardware included. And hacking as such, it's not about someone is hacking your bank account, it's about creative problem solving. So that's what is expected from you, to creatively solve the problems, challenges that are presented to you. So, how hackathon timeline looks like. Starts with team formation, then we go into some idea development, and you usually do some work during the hackathon. In the end, you present, you win the prize, and you go home, right? Well, it's not always like that, and there can be some bumps on the way. This one didn't switch. Just a second, please. Yeah. So it starts with the team. Team is most important, I would say, and especially diversity of skills in the team. Like those are people you are spending this short sprint with, and trying to achieve like the best result as possible. Sometimes it's good to come with already people you know, but for example, when I moved, I'm originally from Croatia. When I moved to Copenhagen 6 years ago, on first hackathon over there, I did some hackathons earlier, but first hackathon over there, I really didn't know anyone in the town, and I decided to go like alone. Found team of completely random people. We gathered around the idea, yeah, we could do this and that, and I managed to win that hackathon, which was an amazing experience. So don't be afraid to reach out to other people out there to work with them, even though you haven't worked. And what is beautiful about this online hackathon is that you can work with people from everywhere, from other continents, in other time zones and such. Today on chat we heard that someone is working until 6 p.m. and then he is handing over to the next team member to continue work over the night, which is really interesting to organize work that way. And
there were quite some good people reaching out for team members as well today. I was really impressed by the competence they had.
Yeah,
so I would definitely grab them as soon as possible. A lot of environmental knowledge there.
Yeah, so team is important, and when we talk about team, we usually talk about team size, right? And what is important regarding team size is communication. If you have 3 people, communication looks like this. You have 3 lines of communication between those people. Then if you have 4, it's already 6 lines. This is how it looks with 5. And this is how it looks up to 14 people, right? When it's 14, it's really net that you need to communicate between yourself. For this hackathon, we limited number of people per team from 3 to 6 people, because going above these 15 lines of communication, it is really hard to coordinate in a team. So this first row makes most sense. If you're still looking for team member, to get that one, looking for team channel to find that person. This is the reason why it's limited 3 to 6, and why should you usually keep it on hackathons in such scope. You got the team, then you start developing idea, or maybe you formed the team with some idea, and this is what you will be working on through the whole hackathon. So regarding idea development, it's not about building Millennium Falcon or, to be politically correct, Starship Enterprise, if you want the other version. Right? No one is expecting that you will do something like that in a week. And when we talk about ideas, there was some kid hackathon. Some time ago, I found this picture, yeah, could be a few years. On Instagram, it had over 1 million likes. And this kid, Riley, in the middle, built a worm using only one brick. And that is like brilliant, you know. You don't need to build spaceships. You can build this minimum POC showcasing your idea how it will work, and that could be really really great thing for others to understand. Okay, this is it, right? And this is something that is achievable. Keep it simple. That's the most important. Moving on, yeah, you have idea. You need to put a lot of work into it to make something happen. In our teams, we do expect to have at least one developer. We want to see what was done during the hackathon, and that is one of the judging criteria. Okay, how much was made on the hackathon? So time is important. Keep that in mind. Deadline on Friday. It's a hard deadline. We close submissions at 5 p.m. You need to submit before 5 p.m. Don't wait for 55 to start submission. Start preparing earlier to show it. It's better to have nice video explaining the things and almost finished solution than that you miss the deadline and the whole effort that you put into this week is like gone. So submissions will be closed Friday at 5 p.m. Keep that in mind. At the end of the hackathon, online or in person, a long time ago, you need to do some final presentation where, of course, you need to shine. So present to the judges in a video. The way you do it in online hackathon is recording this video. Present, show who the people are behind this, what you did, what you had in mind, and like how this can be applied elsewhere, and to help on some larger scale the other companies, organizations, so also, and to really make some impact regarding the climate change. So whatever you do, do it with confidence of a 4-year-old wearing a Batman shirt. That's how you should present in that video, and when judges take a look at it, they will say, wow, this is great, like this is a solution the world needs, right? Have that in mind. Okay, one funny story for the end of this shortened presentation. I hope you will have a chance to see the whole session one day. In Tokyo, local gangs have started using drones to transport drugs across the city. This is the internet story. I haven't checked the sources, but that's how it is. It's a funny story. So in response, the police are using net-carrying drones to try to capture these packages mid-air. So, as a counterattack, the gangs are counterattacking with their own net drones to try and drop police drones. So, what happened? In a statement with the Tokyo police, they said they haven't had this much fun in years, right? So, why this story? Why I'm telling you this? Because when I read it, I've seen it as a hackathon, you know. There are teams competing. They have a challenge to solve, right? They want to deliver some bad stuff across the city in this story, but it's a challenge for them. And they are using the innovative technology to solve this problem, right? And most important, they have fun. And that's what hackathon is about. It's about having fun, meeting other people and connecting with them, trying to achieve something in this short period of time, and at the end, of course, celebrating results. We will have some interesting prizes also for the best projects that judges select. Okay, so we got to the part where we are bringing on the guests on the stage, and I hope that guests are ready.
At least we have Sherry. Hello.
At least we have Sherry.
I'm here again.
Nice to see you today.
Nice to see you too. Actually, the other guest was here, and I guess he just got disconnected for a few minutes. I hope he's going to be back on the stage soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be that happens. So how are you doing, Sherry? How was your day at the hackathon?
It was great.
I
guess we have our guest here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Good to see you all.
Hi, nice.
Likewise.
Nice to see you too.
So welcome.
Thanks. So who do we have on with us right now? All of our potential hackers?
Yeah.
They are all watching you, we hope.
We have people online watching the streams. So every day we make this stream at 5 p.m. and we ask the questions live. Also, we prepared some questions for you, and it will be a short chat. And we're monitoring the live chat. If they have some questions on the way, we will ask that. So it's just to get to know challenge a bit better.
Yeah. Do we have any questions already for Hudson Carbon or?
Not at the moment, no? But I guess, yeah, you can start with your list.
Yeah. Exactly. So I was looking into your website and trying to get a grip of what it is you're trying to do. It's not that easy to understand, actually. And the first thing I came across was a regenerative agriculture. So could you give me a little bit more explanation? What is that actually? And why is it important?
So regenerative agriculture is, in my estimation, one of the most scalable potential climate solutions. A significant portion of our land on the planet is devoted to agriculture, and for since the Industrial Revolution, agriculture has been a net emitter. It has emitted about a third of our emissions that are in the atmosphere right now that are attributable to human activities. And there's a real opportunity to switch that, to take that carbon out of the atmosphere, draw it back down into the soil, and create more stability for farmers, less reliance on chemical inputs, and to store carbon, which is really life, which is root systems, which is critters, biology, putting that life back in the soil where it originated. And so there are several practices around avoiding disturbance of the soil, avoiding tillage of the soil, rotating crops, not just having one crop or two crops that you rotate, but trying to make longer rotations that are more biodiverse, using cover crops, perennial crops, and also integrating animals in ways that actually allow the land to repair and for the soil to mature. So all these practices together can really work well on these working lands, both in terms of producing food and in terms of mitigating climate change. And so Hudson Carbon is working to align those incentives to allow growers to benefit from that. But in order to do that, you also have to know kind of what are emissions looking like from other land uses that are not regenerative, and being able to make a comparison. And so our hackathon challenge is really about measuring emissions from the livestock, conventional livestock industry in rangelands. So that's a big part of what we're doing. But our mission really is about creating the right incentives for farmers in producing farming carbon as well as food at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. You're actually looking for creating a marketplace, right? So if I understood it correctly, then I can, if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do and actually having a carbon footprint that is maybe a bit higher than I would like it to be, then I can actually reach out and try to level that out through the farmers that are connected to your marketplace. Is that correct?
Exactly. And so, there are a lot of emissions that are unavoidable, unfortunately, and we'd love to create both an incentive to avoid those emitting activities, because if you know you're paying for them, you might be less willing to do them, but also to create really high quality natural climate solutions, carbon offset solutions that allow you to feel really good about offsetting those impacts, knowing that there's a local, real farmer that's there. It's not a project that's far flung, or we want to make sure that these have high integrity, but that you're also not just supporting carbon in this very abstract way, but also supporting healthy food systems, supporting real people in our communities. And we think agriculture has all of these kinds of benefits in terms of improving ecosystems, improving food systems. We all are healthier if we eat food from healthier soils. So this interaction between consumers that are buying these credits and farmers who are producing them, we think has this really reparative, restorative function in society, and we're happy to facilitate it.
Yeah. So how many farmers are connected to your marketplace today?
So we have one farm that has sort of acted as the pilot farm in the Northeast, called Stonehouse Farm. But we have a lot of great grower connections in land trust. We've worked with asset managers. We've worked with individual farmers that have contacted us. We have probably in our grower network a pipeline of about 100,000 acres over some dozens of farms that have expressed some interest, and we're really careful about not reaching out to the farms and sort of offering something we can't deliver on. We want to make sure that we're really testing our assumptions first and proving market demand and backing everything up with really substantial research. And and it takes farms a long time to make this kind of transition to new practices before you're ready to market these kind of attributes. So we're being very deliberate about bringing farmers into the marketplace. We want to do it for one farm really well and start to expand from there. But we in the background are doing a lot of engagement with other farms, both in the Northeast and in the Great Plains in the United States, as well as the Midwest, and frankly internationally. We're really excited about a few farm partnerships in Mexico and elsewhere that also have these kind of reparative land restoration projects. So but much more to come there.
So I'm guessing there has to be a really thorough sort of onboarding process, because you really need to make sure that the farmers are actually doing what they are supposed to be doing. Are you monitoring them then afterwards, or how does that work?
Correct. I mean, I think we've done it in a few different ways, where we've looked to set up research where there's direct measurement of outcomes. We've looked at management practices and sort of taken what's in a data system that comes off of a tractor, and also looked at satellite images to be able to assess, is the data actually lining up with what we're seeing on the ground?
Yeah.
In general, we'd really like to be able to create better AI integrations and satellite integrations that allow a less intrusive process. I mean, it's a lot to ask farmers to go through their management data or have someone take soil cores, and so we want to make it a more passive process. But there's certainly a lot of due diligence that we do, both to make sure farms have some level of control over their land. It could be that you only have a year lease on a land, and it's really hard to make a commitment to sustainability for the next 30 years. And so, working out the kind of permanence issues, and how do you make sure that there's some level of guarantee that there's buy-in from the landowner if you are not that landowner and you're just a lease holder of the land. We're working through all those complicated dynamics, because farming is a more dynamic system. It's maybe easier to do a pollution prevention project on a power plant,
Yeah,
just
but
like
it's a long-term investment, I guess, as well, because the farmer needs to invest in the right technology and the right way of doing it. How are you recruiting users then, or the people who are wanting to invest in this, so to say? So for making a marketplace work, you need both a buyer and a seller in that sense. Right. So how do you work with getting ordinary people to find your marketplace?
Right. I mean, we have a great relationship. Hudson Carbon has a great relationship with the Organic Consumers Association, which is a launch partner of ours, and has a very active user base. We also have been reaching out to brands, conscious, ethical brands that want to give customers the opportunity to purchase carbon positive products. So we have a partnership with Lightphone, which is a cell phone company that has said, hey, we want to give consumers the option to offset. We'll pay for half. The consumer can pay for the other half. If we're both in, we can really do this. And because a lot of consumer products do not have, a carbon impact of, hundreds of tons, they might be fractions of a ton. Yeah. You could be dealing with a high carbon price. So when you look at the price the farmer gets per ton, it could be $100 per ton, but it might cost you $3 to offset your phone. Yeah. So it's not. We're trying to look for situations where it's not prohibitively costly to participate in the market to support this, but while still creating these kind of motivating value streams for farmers so that they can really get the resources they need to adopt these new practices and sustain them.
It's interesting because, I mean, a lot of companies are looking for circular economy kind of business models, and here they can partner up with you to maybe find a way of adding sort of that circular economy to their business model in that sense.
Precisely. And, we'd love to get to a point where, the fundamental food consumers and food companies that are buying the commodities off of a farm are also valuing those environmental dimensions and attributes of the farm. So we're looking to create those kinds of connections where possible. But at this stage, people are very price sensitive when it comes to food, and less so around some consumer products, And so we found ways to get farmers what they need in terms of carbon pricing by partnering with these other kinds of brands. But we see in the future this real potential where whether you're sourcing fiber for textiles and you want to do that locally from regenerative farms, and you think you have consumers that are willing to pay a little bit more for those climate benefits, that we would create this kind of unity of the fundamental product and the offset and the environmental attributes that come from it.
Perfect. Sounds like a great vision. Do we have any questions from the hackers?
Not at the moment. So online is 55 people, 54, but I guess they maybe work on other challenges or everything's clear. But
exactly.
If there will be questions, we will reach out via the mail. Like if participants have some questions, and we made a quick overview that we have participants from 44 countries and 370 registered in total, which is a nice number. So they work in different time zones, and we try to support that. So if questions come along, we'll let you know. We look forward.
Happy to hear from everyone.
We look forward to end of week to figure out which challenges they worked on and how many per each challenge that we don't know basically until they submit. But thanks for this chat for clarification, and
thank you for taking the time and for joining.
Of course, thanks for having me. Look forward to seeing the submissions.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
And we have Micha on the call.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, nice to see you.
So you are somewhere in Africa right now, right?
No, I'm in Central America, to be correct, in Nicaragua right now. Yes.
Sorry. I figured out that you are somewhere, but wasn't sure. So buy food with plastic.
Do we have any? I'm thinking if we have any questions from hackers now, or otherwise I'll shoot.
Start. So let's see what questions come along.
So I need to know. I was looking into your website, and it's like, okay, Ghana, India, Nicaragua. Why these countries? And I could figure out then that you started out in Nicaragua and you're in Nicaragua now. So I'm guessing you have a special connection there. So could you give us a story behind it a bit more?
So Khalil Radi, the founder of Buy Food with Plastic, was maybe 3 years ago, was on a trip here and saw the problem of people who have not enough food, and at the same time he saw the problem of plastic pollution everywhere. And then he came to the idea to organize an event where people can collect plastic bottles or plastic waste and can exchange it to food. And so he organized an event, and this was a big success. And then he started with his own NGO, Buy Food with Plastic, which is based in Switzerland, in Zurich. And started to organize events with local peoples. And this was basically the story of the start of Buy Food with Plastic.
And how did you how did you add Ghana and India to the list?
So Ghana, to be honest, I don't know, but India was, it was just a guy from India who saw the Insta stories of Buy Food with Plastic and saw the same problems there in the slums, and just contacted us and started to organize such an event. And Ghana, to be honest, I don't know.
No, okay, but it's a grassroots movement, you could say, at least. Very much. Do we have questions from hackers?
We do. So, how are the families informed of these events?
So, here in Nicaragua, we work together with other institutions or local people which know who know the families or have a big network of people, and they normally just inform them through WhatsApp or Facebook or through such networks.
So the events are actually physical events, right? Where you go? Yeah.
Yes. So due to COVID, we cannot do events where all the people come to one place, but that's the normal event format, that we on one day do such an event where all the people come with their plastic bottles and where we cook meals and do these events. There is music, there is some fun parts as well. But right now it's not possible. So we distribute the food packages to the people by van, go to the people, talk to the people, and do the exchange of plastic bottles and food.
Okay.
Okay, and questions are coming in quickly. So, how do you select those families? Like, you probably need to make few rounds to supply whole networks. So, do you do it in several, like select randomly, then go again and select some others, or how is that done? Logistics part.
So we have some representatives here in Nicaragua which are really good, connected to the communities, and they know the poorest families. We selected for this first round we did last week. We selected families who have probably children with disabilities, or who have maybe the husband died or something like that. So we selected especially those families who are really who need the help the most, I say.
And these plastic bottles, do families also donate them?
So they collect it, and we do this exchange, plastic bottles to food, and so they donate it to us, yes, and then we try to. So currently we are building a factory here in Nicaragua, where the plastic bottles can be recycled here,
Yep.
and we try to produce products out of these recycled plastic bottles. Yeah, that's our plan.
Yeah. Another question is, in your process, in these forms that you are filling up, right? What exactly are you writing? Like what is done manually and what you would like to have digitally in the process?
So you talk about the process of creating this impact report, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what would be of great help, or what is really time consuming, is the process of processing these receipts. So when we do an event, we go to different shops and buy food, or we need to rent a car, or we need different stuff or different kind of things, and then we ask for a receipt. And this process of reading these receipts to sum up the price or the amount of the event, this is really what is the most time-consuming part of this administrative task.
Yeah.
The rest, all other information, is more like, it's a quick process, I think, just to enter the number of families we have distributed, or what date was the event, etc. This is more like metadata. But what is really important for us is this functionality of reading receipts.
So the receipts is about the cost you have had for the event, right? So that's what you
True.
have to then report back in terms of
exactly. So we are on the impact report, you can see a list of all the items we bought, or all the stuff. So to assemble this list, we need to know what we have bought. And this is a manual process, which is really time consuming.
Yeah.
So from my guess, personal, for you, it would be useful to have some kind of application where you would do it digitally, right? And maybe then in the end upload and generate this report out of this data. Like no need to write anything by hand. Yeah. So we have a question.
May I just ask, do you need to save the receipts, or at least a picture of the receipt, or do you need to save sort of the physical evidence, or how does that work?
Good question. I think so the back office is collecting them physically, but would be great, of course, if we can save them somewhere. Also, yeah.
I'm just thinking of like when you do your payment expenses at a company, for example, where you take pictures of your receipts, and then it sort of reads off that information and collects it.
But could go other way around to be printed also.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If they
of course, that would be of great help. Yeah.
Some more questions. Do people attending the event have access to mobile phones, and in which extent?
So I think this depends on the country. Here in Nicaragua, I can see many people don't having a mobile phone.
Yeah.
But so the people attending the events, I mean.
Yeah.
But the people selling products here, I think they have mobile phones, of course. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So, question is like, guests should bring 10 bottles to receive a meal. What if they bring more?
Then we take them, of course. So we are happy if people bring more. But the fun fact is that if we say, please bring 15 bottles, they exactly also. This is what I experienced here in Nicaragua. They bring exactly 15 bottles, even if there there are more bottles laying around in their gardens.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people bring more, of course, and then we take them. Yeah.
Can you get more food if you bring more bottles?
No. So I mean, we calculate exactly how much food we need. Not that there is some food waste or something like that. So we cannot give more.
No.
Yeah.
Then it would be trading plastic for something else, maybe if it's toilet articles or other stuff that you could need, maybe rice or whatever that you can save for a longer period.
And per event, do you buy same amount of food that you distribute to participants, or this is different per events, like based on funding or something?
Yeah, it is based on funding, but right now, so as I said, the format has changed. We do food deliveries instead of events, and yeah, therefore. We cannot deliver as much. So I mean, we had to reduce the number of families we deliver because it's a huge logistic. How do you say? It's difficult. It's time consuming to deliver these packages to the families, which are sometimes really remote, out of town somewhere. So we had to reduce the number of packages we deliver to 50, but for this time at least. But when we can organize events again, then we can hopefully deliver more packages to more families.
Yeah.
So it always depends.
Yeah. Do we have any more questions?
We have a question regarding these receipts. Do you need physical ones for the legal reasons? I think we touched upon that. Or is it sufficient that you just register your buys in your own app?
Oh, that's a good question. I think at least we need some kind of physical evidence or physical receipt. But I think it would be enough to just have a picture of it somewhere or a PDF or something like that, where we can enter the positions and quantities, etc., electronically, and append like a picture or a PDF of the receipt.
Yeah.
Okay. Because what we do right now is we take these physical receipts, put it on a paper, take a picture of it, and save it somewhere for the taxes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No more questions.
Sounds like it's as you were saying, logistics are difficult, and it sounds like you need to have quite a lot of people involved in it as well. How many are you currently working with this?
So we are currently a team of around 30 people, but this includes the local managers in Ghana, Nicaragua, India, and the rest is based in Switzerland. But what I need to say also is that most of the people are doing this, how do you say?
Voluntarily, right?
Yes, yeah. True. Yes, most of them are volunteers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only the core management team is part of the company, I say. Yes.
Yeah.
And one more question came in. What's the process to collect the bottles now during the Corona times?
So we have rented a bus, and we bring some bags and just drive to the families and collect the bottles they have and exchange it to
food packages.
To meals, and then or to food packages. We load it on the bus and bring it to a factory. We have rented now some space in an existing factory, and there we will place, or we will build up our factory, and there will be the machines we need to recycle the plastic bottles.
Yep.
But this is all right now in process. We are at the beginning of all this. We don't have these machines already in Nicaragua. This is the goal is to have these machines here in August, so that we can start to produce products.
Yeah.
I assume you see a lot of happy faces on those events.
Yes, true. Yeah, true. The people are really in need. Due to the COVID crisis, they have lost their jobs, or I mean, most of the people here don't have a contract somewhere for work, so they just try to organize a job for tomorrow, I say.
Yeah.
And these jobs are missing right now because they work normally they work somewhere in a hotel or doing surf lessons and stuff like that. But this is all really difficult right now. So the people are really in need of these food packages. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, no more questions coming in. So thanks a lot.
So thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me.
It will be fun. Obviously a lot of people are interested in your challenge, so I look forward to see the solutions until end of week, what they will submit. And then judges will vote on those best solutions per track, and we will announce the winners. So we will also follow up, letting you know what solutions were there and what was done. So we believe there will be something interesting out of this that will make impact and help you out. Yeah.
Of course.
Perfect. So thank you very much.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. And have
Thank
a
you.
good day. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, getting back to our
Sherry.
Our Sherry.
Our Sherry.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you, Sherry?
I'm fine, thanks. It's so good that all the interaction and then all the requests that I got to issue all of these Azure passes as well, which means that everybody is super busy.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's great. I really look forward to solutions. So how is going with Azure passes? Like, is there something that participants should know?
Well, the fact is that I already mentioned that each team will get one Azure passes. So it's not that all team members will get it unless there is a really valid reason for that, because this number of passes are limited. But also, I just wanted to remind you again that if your team hasn't applied for it yet, I will post again the URL in the chat. Please apply. It's $120 US worth of credits, and you definitely will need it during this hackathon. And it's going to be valid, if I remember right, 30 days after your activation.
Good.
Great. Any other tips from your side?
No, just try to find to make sure that your team is completed, because we still see the in the chat that there are still people looking for team members, or there are people that they currently look for a team to join. We are trying our best to connect you all together, but please be proactive. If you go to our dev post page and filter the people that they are currently looking for the team members, they are open. So proactively look for them. And we have this concept of quick coffee. We started this yesterday with Goran and the other team members. So we go to one of these voice rooms, and if you are still looking for a team member or team to join, please come there. We can just try to facilitate this, connect you all together.
Yeah, and
And I
then
know
just
it's
like
difficult.
Goran said, don't be shy, right?
Exactly. Don't
Yeah.
be shy.
It's
Say that you
opportunity
have
to
an
connect.
issue.
Yeah, you might find the winning team members, right?
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
So
Or friends
that's-
for life as well.
Yeah, that could be a case.
Yeah.
Also, so why not? It's opportunity to meet people and also to work with them. Like that's super interesting.
Yeah, and I think it's cool that it's online and we are all over the world, so we can really make the best out of time zones as well. So it's also good to think about that when you create your team.
Yeah, would be interesting to hear after the hackathon some experiences from teams, like how they manage such stuff. Like this example we've heard today that I'm finishing at 6 p.m. then next team member is taking over. I think that's great experience.
Yeah, it's really using the time the best, right?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Super interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sherry. We have few more slides just to wrap up today, and we will switch to that. So back to our slides. We've heard about Hudson Carbon, more details, and about buy food with plastic. It was great session. Lot of questions. Reminder: post on social media, use the hashtag, let us know how your teams look like, how do you work, what you work on, post, and we will try to, feature you in daily streams at the beginning. Some reminders regarding submission criteria, and there were questions in a chat. Submission criteria is that you go to DevPost, create a project over there, and write the description. When you create the project, there is already a template. What is this about? How you built it? What challenges you run into? Feel free to formulate it like that, or use your own format, but make sure you describe it. Record 3-minute video, not longer than 3 minutes. That is requirement. 3-minute video, up to 3-minute video is more correct.
I was saying it's a challenge just to make a 3-minute video.
Up to 3-minute video explaining the solution. Okay, what your idea is about, what you actually built, how this will benefit that NGO or non-profit, or how it will benefit the whole world. This is what the judges will take a look at. And then they will read your description and they will say, yes, this really makes sense, makes impact in the world, this project should win. And you should also submit a link to your open source project. So hopefully this hackathon for good solution should be open source. And hopefully it can not only help this NGO, but some other organizations also. So keep in mind those 3 things. This is what you need to submit until Friday, 5 p.m. Central European time. Important to note this time also, Judging criteria: impact, feasibility, implementation, innovation. Impact: how much impact your solution have? Could it be applied elsewhere or solving only this case? Then feasibility, like is it possible to really build that in technical terms or legal or other aspects? Implementation, how much was done during the hackathon? And that's why we also taking a look at the code you actually made to make sure that you did some work. And innovation, like is it innovative, is it creative, is it using the latest technology? So personal banners are still available for you. A lot of you requested those banners. I think like 40 or something personal banners were shared. If you want one, just submit your name, and picture is optional, so we can send you one. Azure Passes, as Sherry mentioned, she will share on a link again on the chat, so you can request one if your team needs that pass, or it wasn't or you haven't requested it yet. Then we have our stream schedule reminder. So every day at 5 p.m. we have this daily update where we try to give you some useful information, and we invite different guests to have a chat with. We have some questions for them ready, so we can clarify those challenges they have in more details. But you can also ask these questions live via the stream. And tomorrow on our daily stream we have Climate Policy Radar and we have What Time.
Yeah.
So those are the guests tomorrow. If you have some questions, prepare them for tomorrow. There were already some questions regarding Climate Policy Radar clarification. We shared some additional data sets that were not available through the API. So hopefully that helps you out with your challenges.
I think we had some questions yesterday as well for What Time. So
yeah,
so make sure to join and ask your questions.
Yeah, but even without, maybe you don't have questions for this specific NGOs, but there could be some useful information when we summarize this day. So if you are free, feel free to join. Sunday, winner announcement at 5 p.m. Yeah, after the Friday 5 p.m. our council will take a look at the submitted projects, check are they valid. So text description, up to 3-minute video, and link to open source repository with code. And judges will vote on those projects, and Sunday 5 p.m. we will announce. And there are some interesting prizes we have for the winning teams. You can see all info on the dev post. Yeah. And that will be it for today. Do you have anything to add?
I'm starting to think about what do we need to have to wear on Sunday when we do the winner announcement. Are you going to have a tuxedo?
Funny hats.
Celebrating?
Funny hats, maybe. Yeah.
Have to come up with something at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could we throw something like that?
Yeah, exactly. That would be exciting. So you need to join just for that case. And obviously you want to know if you won.
Everybody will be excited to see who the winner is. And
personally, I'm really happy to see the chat going on today. All the questions, people reaching out, but also good questions. And also I'm seeing people helping each other. You know, I found some information, please, we are sharing it willingly. So that's also nice.
You are all working for good,
exactly.
Creating something good, so it's okay to share information with others and such. It is competition, but like, purpose of this hackathon is to do something good and do something positive for the climate, for our world, and there's no world B.
No. So. And make sure to reach out to the mentors. They're there to help you. So.
Yes, they are checking in through the day on the mentors channel, posting. We are now available. They write which skills they have. You can reach out, validate your idea with them. Like, we are building this and that. What's your opinion on it? If you have some deep technical question, we will figure out which mentor has that skills and such. They are there to help you out, so don't be afraid to.
But Central European time.
Central European time.
Sorry.
Okay. That is it for today. Thank you very much. Thank you for your questions and activity. And
we'll see you tomorrow.
Great session, and see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.